Do you and your partner want to learn simple ways to grow closer?
Do you and your partner want to grow happier together?
Do you and your partner want to be a unified front?
Do you and your partner want to divorce-proof your marriage?
If you answered yes to these questions, you need to check out our book, Unlocking Forever, 10 Keys to a Successful Marriage Beyond I Do.
Each section focuses on a different aspect of marriage and briefly describes how we handled it in our relationship. At the end of the section, you're given an action step or key to complete with your partner.
These keys are practical steps you can immediately implement in your relationship and help you and your partner be proactive and intentional about your relationship.
You can purchase your copy on Amazon.com.
And until next time, we will holler at y'all.
After over 25 years of marriage, we've learned that successful couples have great friendships, put each other first, and focus on light just as much as love. We believe marriage should be fun and easy.
Our goal is to share our journey with the hopes of helping others build strong, happy relationships. Join us as we continue to create our lives beyond I do.
Before we get into our episode, we want to share this disclaimer. We are not marriage counselors, nor are we mental health professionals. We simply want to share with you what has worked in our marriage. Now, on to our episode. Welcome back to another episode of the Beyond I Do podcast. We have joining us a couple that we are so excited to hear their love story. They are newlyweds, but their story is so beautiful, and we are so excited to welcome the Waldens.
Ooh. Welcome, Waldens.
Thank you for having us.
Appreciate it.
So when we say newlywed, we mean new.
Brand new. At this brand new. So excited. So if you would, each of you tell us about yourself, and then we're going to jump into this beautiful story.
Well, let's see. I'm Arrison Walden, born and raised out of Washington County. For y'all that don't know, that's Timmel, Georgia. Yeah. A little bit about myself. Young man, 38 years old. I'm a musician, recording artist, youth pastor, salesman, father.
All the things.
All of the above, I guess. Love sports, man. Love working out. Love people. That's pretty much it for me, you know. Real simple, laid back guy.
That's pretty much it. Wow.
Pretty much laid back guy, you know.
All right.
I wouldn't want to follow that.
I know, I'm sitting thinking like,
Oh, just wait. You'll see.
No, don't do that.
You're going to let the cat out the bag?
Yes.
Whatever.
And if you shortcut them, then they going to know.
I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
So I am Damita Walden.
Oh, get into it.
Yes. So I am an educational interpreter for deaf, hard of hearing students. I'm also a musician, saxophonist, but I sing as well. And are you keeping tabs? Whatever. So I'm a mom, and I love all things performing arts, from dancing to acting, everything, music. Yeah. It's cool.
So,
see, short version.
Do y'all sit around singing and harmonizing and whatnot?
Yeah.
All the time.
No.
Yeah, actually.
All the time.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We do.
I messed that up. What?
Right.
We can't sit around and harmonize because I can't
Here they
sing.
go to be like,
But you know the funny part,
kitchen.
the funny part about it is that
baby,
And then you
have you
would
seen the pie?
you be doing it? No,
Yeah, she said,
I can't sing.
No. Y'all don't go around the house doing that.
That's so funny.
Not really, like because we practice so much music all
We
the time.
do.
And believe it or not, once you hear so much, and she really got me into this. It's like once you're done,
Yeah.
the car's quiet going on.
Yeah.
No music.
I be like, I need
nothing. It's just
You don't even want to hear
because
this.
it's you try to unload, unpack all that stuff because you got to do it again the very next
Right.
day. So
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
See, and for me, because I don't have that gift, I know why I don't. Because if I did, I wouldn't act right. I would sing conversation. So I don't have that gift. So
Right.
I was in the boy, when I ain't gonna say boy band. But you know, back in our day,
You had a black band, you know.
Like-
back in the Jodeci Boys.
I'm
we had
gonna
a
say,
band.
yeah. I'm
I was
gonna
in
say
high school. Everybody had a group. You know, it was
Yeah.
like, y'all sing, and we used to do talent shows around and stuff like
Nice.
that. So you know,
That's fun.
and she was like, you know, if I
You was-
sing,
I was
You was
a
couldn't
fan
shut me
girl.
up.
I was his groupie.
It's like,
Okay.
if you know how to do it, you'll shut up because you tired of you done heard your note, you done heard their note, you done heard everybody else's note. You tired of notes.
That's funny. That's hilarious.
So I've heard so many bits and pieces of the story.
Right.
And
Oh,
it is a beautiful story.
So what did you hear?
Oh, it's
Look at
look,
him.
I'm not gonna tell you because that was girl talk. But it was good and we were excited.
Right.
But and that means that we get to hear your version.
Yeah, I want to hear you.
We get to hear your version first. But tell us a little bit about when you met, how
Okay.
you met, and how this all came about.
All right.
Okay, so
You want your version, go.
so we talking about originally?
Yeah,
or
from the
part
from
two?
the root of it.
From the-
Yeah.
From the
To the
beginning.
tour.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna tell the truth.
I know you. Go ahead. I already know you're going to say. You really want to say this one particular sentence.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So
I'll wait.
we met way back when we were kids at the same church. We started out back in the day at a church called Redeem, aka Redeem, but you know Kingdom Life now. But anyway, it was in the same youth ministry. Our church had several different churches, and you know how girls are. They want to grow up all fast. They think you so
Here you go. Here you go.
you know,
Go ahead.
when you're young. So, you know, that was a group of us that are in our age range. And we all used to hang together, whatever. She would see us, but she would always kind of sit off to the side or try to go hang with the older ones. Because, you know, we were immature. You know, we were, you know. So, but one thing she did tell me, though, that always cracked me up was that she always noticed me. And she was like, he seemed to be a nice guy. He just fights all the time.
All the time.
It's like he fights all the time. Like he's always fighting. And but then when she realized that I never started him, you know, I think that kind of helped with the perception of me.
You were like me.
Yeah.
Just fights, just walk my
Yeah,
way.
they walk to me. I never look for one, you know.
There you go. Yeah.
So, but no, for real. What really got us together more than anything, we had what you call. We were always around each other,
Yeah.
even though we never really talked.
Right.
Because she sung in the choir with the adults, because she can hold on. She can go. I'll give her that. She can definitely sing. She can really blow. And I was a drummer.
Okay.
So
We was only two youth that was a part of the adult
as
thing.
far as
at
like
the
the
time.
adult thing.
Yeah.
So we were always there, but we never really communicated. And so just even growing up, as time went on, it was still the same way. She was singing, I was over in the music section. And then one day out the blue, they were gone and they went to another church. And then this is the part where it's always kind of funny because she said she went to college and she came back home and she saw me. I was a senior in high school, and she said she spoke to me. And
You don't remember that part.
I don't remember it, and I was just, I'm just kind of like, and I don't when I don't really pay something attention, I give a very generic, hey, what's up, buddy? And just keep it going, or I just do it like a little quick head nod and keep going. So, long story short, went to college, played ball, came back home because I blew out my knee. I'm mad because I don't want to be there. My mom is trying to get me to come back to church. I don't want to go to no church. I don't want to see people right now.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, she talked me into going that evening to a service, and we went to the church in Dublin. Now, there are like 2 rows in front. We never sit up front. And we're sitting on like the 4th row. It's 2 rows in front, and there's an empty row right in front of us. So we came in, we sat on that 4th row. I sat on the end. And they just had that whole row empty. Didn't know why. All of a sudden, I saw this lady walk in, leading this group. And I was just like, man, that chick, that's fine. I didn't know who it was. You know what I mean? I didn't know who it was. And so I was like, but this is all in my head because I don't want to be there.
Yeah.
So this chick came in with, when this was in style, she had on these black bell bottoms, black button down shirt, fitted all tight with little sleeves rolled up. Yeah, it was fit. It was definitely fit.
Yeah.
So it had her hair braided up and had a little bun in the back of it. No glasses.
Yeah, because you remember me as glasses growing up. I had my glasses.
She had glasses. And so she came in and she was leading the group. She sat down in front of me. I was just looking like, man, that chick, that's fine. And so I'm sitting beside my mom, and she's like, kept looking at me, looking at her. And she was like, she tapped on the shoulder, I'm like, hey. So my mom turned around, she was like, she looked at me, I'm like, what's up? You know?
You didn't say anything.
I just gave the head, and I was like, what's up? So my mama looked at me again, she's like, you don't know who that is? I was like, no. She's like, that's Damita. I'm like, who? She's like, Damita. Who? She's like, Barbara daughter. I was like, oh.
With the glasses.
Oh. And so, I don't know what happened. They sung, they did something. I ain't caring about none of that. You know what I'm saying? Because I was locked in.
Yeah, you was locked in.
I was already locked in. So,
I know you was like, dang, boy.
Hey.
Should have came up, boy. She put that deal, boy.
Word for word. Exactly what I was thinking.
I know.
Word for word.
Yeah.
Like, no shade, baby. She came along back in the day, man. This big head chick with the glasses.
No shade, but the tree.
You know what I'm saying? She was tall, slim.
Came up. Yeah.
I always dress nice. I give her that. She always dress nice. Always dress nice. But I was just like, dang. I'm in church now. I'm supposed to be looking like this.
They're like, dang, Barbara daughter fine.
Right. What the heck? Just looking like mama right now. Okay. But, So, still, I didn't say anything. So my mom pulled one of the slickest moves I've ever seen in my entire life. They got finished singing. Again, I ain't heard nothing because I'm just looking.
Yeah.
My mom said, oh my God, y'all did just such a good job. Let me get your phone number so I can call you so y'all can come to the churches.
And I ain't think nothing of it.
All right then, Mama.
So she
Mama
gave her the number.
She did.
Yeah, she gave her the number, and when we left the church, she gave it to me. Yeah.
Okay.
And so I hesitated for a while, and I think I called her, and it went to voicemail.
Yeah, my phone was dead.
And I was like, oh well, it is what it is.
Yeah.
She called me back, I think that same night, and we talked for hours.
4,
Like,
to be exact.
Yeah, we talked for hours.
Oh.
And I had an 8 o'clock class the next morning.
Oh.
We were just talking.
And it's crazy because we never talked.
We never
Like
talked.
I said, when we were kids, I was over there playing drums. She was over there. We never talked. And we talked like that from that day, like on, like almost every day, that same way, you know. And, life happens. We both went our separate ways, distance and everything. She was a hater, so I'm gonna say that. But
You know what? This story is out of gas. I'm sick with it.
She was hating. She started hating.
Yeah, she was a hater, so she didn't want to wait on me. But,
Whatever.
But
That's true.
But long story short, we came back together. And
Who slid in the DMs?
Yeah, she was thirsty.
You know what? I did.
She pulled up in my
What
DM.
you done?
Yeah, okay.
And what was so crazy is
DM.
it started right back just like it was before.
Yeah, that was true.
Got right back on the phone and started back talking for hours. Like almost 15 years, 16 years later.
Wow.
We had not talked or anything. We hadn't seen each other. Nothing.
And got back on the phone, and it was just them same 4-5 hours, and just here we are today.
Yeah.
Here we are today.
That's fantastic.
That's good. But you know, the thing was that I you know, because we both been married before, and you know, sometimes you hope something comes back around, but you're not really sure.
Yep.
But it came back around, and it's actually even better than it was before. And the first one was really,
Don't
really
make me
good.
cry,
You know what I
Caroline.
mean? The first one was really, really good, but just even the second time around has been very good. And so for us, it wasn't no, oh, I saw you and we just fell in love and you know we just jumped the broom. Nah, we talked for like 2-3 years before like we were really friends.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things that I really prayed for. I was like, man, you know, I always think about things like this. If I lost everything, if I didn't have nothing, I need a friend. Because I'm going to need somebody that's going to be able to rock with me, help me get out of this. Then, too, you also know why they're there. Yeah, it sound good. Like, yeah, I'm going to be there. I'll be supportive and all that good stuff. But, man, when stuff crumble, you going to need a friend. You know what I mean? You going to need somebody that can maybe help laugh you out of this. Somebody going to be like, hey, you need to get up. Let's do this.
Right.
You know, somebody's going to rock with you and help you get back together. Because, you know, to me, I found out how important that is. You need a friend. If you don't got nothing else, you need a friend, because that friend is going to do everything that a friend does. So
that's right.
It as a man, for me, it pushes me. You know what I mean? Because you know when you got somebody in your corner that just small things, it makes you want to do for it. It makes you want to be better. It makes you want to work for it and stuff like that. So it gives you something to smile about coming home. And you definitely need it if them days and when those days ever get bad. You need your friend. You know? I ain't gonna sit here trying to act like everything for everybody's gonna always be, sunshine and rainbows. And when them days happen, you need that friend.
It's coming.
Yeah.
In 26 years, we've been 26 years. Friends.
Yeah.
Same thing. We didn't have as much distance of time that y'all had, but we met each other younger years. Remained friends all that time. I had another relationship.
I'm saying.
Right.
And we got back together. And it was like you said, got back together. It's like nothing never fell off. Like we never stopped talking to each other. And that friendship is what keeps us together.
Right.
Because regardless of anything, I need to have my friend.
Right.
Because I need to have that person that hey, look here, check this out. And I can talk about it and feel comfortable that it's in between us. That's fantastic.
So, I know that both of you have children from your first marriages. So, not saying that anything has been a mistake, but once you all reconnected, was there any type of regret with that first decision to step away, or how have you balanced, okay, this could have been then, but I didn't have it then, but I have it now? How do you balance those feelings?
That was a big thing for me when we got back together, because I was like, dang, I should have waited. I shouldn't have been so anxious. Because he is who I wanted, even then. Because even back then, I told So he knew, but it was like you said earlier, me trying to think, I'm growner than what I was, and thought I was in a different space than I should have been in, and being overly anxious, and I really should have waited. And I love my children and everything. It was a blessing, if nothing else. But I also learned a lot about me in that first situation as well. So I think it helps me better, coming into our marriage now. And I was telling him one of the things for me in our relationship is the word intentional. I'm more intentional now. My relationship, I'm intentional. I learned to ask for help. I'll be like, God, help me to hear him. Even if we have a disconnect or an argument, I don't listen to respond.
Right.
And I've learned to listen to what he's saying. I'm like, okay, what is he really saying? I'm trying to understand what he's saying because we're speaking two different languages right now. So how not to be offended or think I'm jumped to a conclusion where I got to be defensive when I know I don't have to be because I know it's coming from a good place. You know what I'm saying? So those are the takeaways that I did have from that. But it took me a minute because I regretted it really bad. I did. It was hard. I don't think I told you. Did I tell you that? Probably did. I don't know. Did I?
You said a lot.
I'm pretty sure.
You said a lot.
But I did. It was hard because I'm like, he was. I just should have waited. But I'm glad that we have the opportunity for us to come back together.
Right.
For sure.
So there was the point that you all reconnected. How long after that reconnection before proposal?
Almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Almost 2 years. Okay.
And how long were y'all engaged before
A little bit over a year.
Yeah, a little bit over a year. Because we wanted to take our time because, like you said, we have children.
Right.
So it was like, okay, introducing him to my children. He introduced me to his daughter. You know, we wanted to be cautious about it because my children, well, since my oldest daughter, you know, we was kind of worried about her the most, you know, having gone through the whole divorce situation and all of that.
Right.
She's the one that didn't give a flip. She gravitated to him so fast, like, even now, she'll text him and call him before she called me. And we was like, wow. It just happened organically.
Yeah.
You know, so after we was like, okay, the kids are cool. We just kind of watching how it all come together. His daughter, I love her. His daughter and I, that's my girl. You know, and it just kind of happened organically. Like, we'll have our own moments and just ask him to go somewhere. We have our girl talk. People like, can y'all get out of the bathroom? You know, we gotta go. We just, you know, chit-chatting or whatever. So I think, like, once we got cool and the kids was on board, it was like, okay, we can continue.
For me, it was more of I want to make sure I was doing the right thing. You know, when you've been married before, man, you get to kind of really thinking about, you know, all right, you know, I know I made some mistakes myself in this first when it wasn't just her, you know, it's me, some growing I got to do. Am I ready for that? You know what I mean? Am I ready? Am I mentally there? And, you know, do I have the capacity to make this work again? You know what I mean? Because sometimes those are real, you know, questions that you have for yourself that can be a little bit of a hesitant because, you know, hey, no matter how you view it, whether it was a good or a bad break, it feels like a failure.
Right.
You know what I mean? It feels like a failure. So you kind of going in like, I don't want to repeat. You know what I mean? I don't want to repeat. You know? So I can say from my first marriage, the thing that I have really grown in is patience. I grew in patience. and I learned to listen to women, listen to understand. My daughter helped me with that first before I ever got back with her because and it really gave me really good training ground because sometimes I've learned that we as men feel like we here to fix things. That ain't always the case. Sometimes you just gotta hear. Because what they're really doing is they're talking and working it out while they're explaining to you everything that's going on. So it ain't really one of those moments you just gotta dive in and just take control of it. I've learned to just kind of sit back and just listen and...
You did a good job with that.
Yeah.
We had a moment earlier. That's why I had to.
It's you know what, and it's always a learning process because, you know, like you said, you want to fix.
Yeah, you
problem come. I'm ready to put the Band-Aid on it right now.
Absolutely.
And you have to step back sometimes and think about it.
Well, truthfully, you just got to listen to them because they got the answer. What they're doing is just working it out.
Exactly.
It's to us it sounds like a panic mode of you need my help, but for them it's because I don't want to say it the wrong way, but it seems like women take whatever going on with them and they just throw it all out like puzzle pieces. Right. But as they're talking to you, it all starts coming back together, and they got the portrait back together. And you thinking to yourself like, no, I was supposed to grab that piece she threw over there, grab that piece she threw over there. But that wasn't really what it was.
Right.
Trying
You
to
know?
pick up the pick up.
He said, I was thinking
yeah.
So you know,
Right.
once I learned to do that, you know, it's like she said, just being intentional about it. You know,
Right.
and just learn that everything ain't meant for you to fix. You know, everything ain't. But I did learn to be and I learned this from when we first got back together, is to be a landing place, as she liked to call it. A landing place.
Yeah.
Even if I ain't fixing it, if I could just be that landing place.
Yeah.
That meant more than trying to fix her problem.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that, you know, I had to learn. You know, a lot of times when she would come home from work and she had a stressful day and she need just to let it out. And I might have something going on, but I'm gonna listen to it because she just need that landing place to say, okay, this is what happened to me today. I just need to get it out, and I'm talking to you. And a lot of guys, you know, they feel, man, I don't want to hear all that. Man, I had a stressful day too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or
And
you wanna go and handle it yourself.
Yeah. What he said to you. But, you
Right,
know,
right.
A lot of times they just want to be heard. They just want you to listen and just don't do anything.
Yeah.
It took me a while to learn that.
Listen, man, it's
still learning.
Hey, it's still a struggle. We sitting right here with two educators, so sometimes
yeah.
you be listening to the thing. I don't know who I'm in the audience who we talking to that may be parents. Y'all need to work on these kids at home. You know what I'm saying? Work on these kids at home. Let's not sending these kids to school and making teachers be parents, because that's hard, man.
Absolutely.
Like,
Yes.
and then we got to listen to it, because y'all ain't doing y'all job. We're just going to say it like it is. You know what I'm saying?
Like I said earlier, it's about 2 or 3 little boys.
Man, listen. Like,
I was ready to do about 5 to 10 for.
I see about y'all.
He did. He said, "What? I'll be up there tomorrow."
Because in your mind, you thinking to yourself like, "Oh, I know exactly what he need. I know you didn't tell me to fix this. I promise you, I know what this one."
Yeah.
All that there is your app.
I'll be one on the news.
Let me show you how to get out of this balloon
Spanks child
in front of everybody. You know what I'm saying? On Channel 6 News, got him out there on the flagpole. We still hear the bell. Tearing his tail up, man.
That's funny.
Okay, sorry about that.
No, it's okay. That was needed. That was much needed PSA.
Train your
Thank
kids. Train your kids at home so they can come to school and learn.
The more you know. Right. So it has been 1 month and 4 days.
Right, yes.
1 month and 4 days.
It went fast.
How was that transition going from, of course, you get back together, it's exciting, the proposal, that's a new thing, you're planning, then the big day, and I know how excited coming into that day. I was trying to help you some because there was a whole lot of typing and planning, and there was a lot going on.
A lot of Post-its.
There was, and I was like, she probably driving him crazy, but
just a little bit.
Yes, it was a lot.
I'm gonna be honest and say it was not as bad as I think she thought it was.
It wasn't.
It wasn't. It was just a little bit.
That's
it.
She
Really was.
had listed everything.
Yeah.
She had it everything.
You
So
telling all my secrets,
I'm
but he didn't know that part.
I'm sorry. Look, when it was together because she had it together. Let me tell you. And she was so excited, and she came back. So how has it been now? It's been a little over a month. You all are man and wife. She was saying, I don't care how many days we have left in school, they're gonna have to get me a new name tag.
I sure did. I went right up, hey, I need my new name tag.
Also, and also as well, merging the two homes. You know y'all been together, but y'all never lived together.
Right.
So you know, you got your style, Arrison. She got her style.
Right.
So how was that?
So I'm gonna start with a couple of things. I was very lucky. I was very lucky and very blessed because the kids love me off top.
Yes.
You know what I mean? The kids love me off top, and I've never gone into the situation trying to rule with the iron fist.
Right.
Because I've learned that, especially when you're dealing with children, love and respect makes them honor you.
Yes, exactly.
So I don't have to come in aggressive, because if I come in aggressive, it's gonna cause a wedge between me and her eventually.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? Because you know, regardless of how much you love them kids, these are still someone else's children. And with me having, children, you gotta think about it like, you don't want nobody talking to your baby all kind of way treating my
Right.
you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So I was very fortunate, man. They came, man. Listen, I am hugged and kissed and loved on from the time I wake up to the time I leave, to the time I
And it's not
go
about
back.
me, y'all. They attack
Sleep.
him. I have to rescue him.
It's all day long.
That's
Daddy,
And, and it's so cool, man, because I feel like it's doing something for me as well for them, because I didn't grow up with a lot of touchy feeling. You know what I mean? Like, I knew my parents loved me, but they old school. Their love came through. We work hard for you. We try to provide for you. We got food on the table. We try to show you the right way. That kind of way. Not saying that they're abusive and aggressive. It's just their love was the action of what they did.
Right.
So to be surrounded by that, man, we were very blessed. And same thing when my daughter saw her at a wedding. We went to a mutual friend wedding. That's how we rekindled really the second time, as far as the face-to-face action.
Yes.
My daughter saw her, just ran to her and just, I'm looking like, you don't know her?
So she saw me on a FaceTime call with him.
Okay.
So she knew my face. And
right. Shout out.
yeah.
See, I'm that old school, like, I don't care if we talk, you meet my daughter.
Right.
Unless it's, unless it's for real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ain't nobody met my daughter. So, you know what I mean? Just being funny. So that side of it, man, it was a blessing. I came in with love, and the love and respect helped to bring the honor that they have shown me, and it's been very, very good. As far as the house part of it, it was easy because her thing was, I'm super clean. Yes, I'm super clean, man.
Ooh,
I didn't have any sisters grow up in the house with me and nothing like that. So my dad taught us how to work. My mom taught us how to keep a house. Yeah. So I'm washing dishes, I'm folding clothes, and I'm sweeping every day. That's just what I do. Yeah. Because I grew up, dishes in the sink. You know what I mean? Don't do that laundry and don't fold them clothes. So those kind of things. So when she met me, her very first thing was, she was just like, you don't know how much it turned me on right here. I was like, what? She said to me, you make your bed.
I said, your bed is made every day? What?
Every day?
Yeah. Like,
listen.
So that transition has been
hand wash some dishes and see what happens.
Listen, I'm trying to tell you.
Hand wash some dishes. That's beautiful.
Busting suds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't need no rubber glove, baby. I got these.
Look, my dad had messed around back in the day. He had us washing dishes. He didn't tell us he had a dishwasher fix. We washed the dishes.
You were the dishwasher.
Exactly.
He washed the dishes by hand for about 6 months before he said, "Oh, I got a dishwasher fix." How long has it been fixed? Oh, about 6 months ago. I just want to see how long y'all was going to go before you ask.
Man, I'm from Middle Georgia. What dishwasher? We ain't know about no dishwasher
Right.
We went to like college or somebody else's house. I'm like, y'all got an oven next to the sink?
Right.
They was like, no, pop that thing. I'm like, man, shut the front door. What is that right there? You know what I mean? So the only thing I can say is when it comes to that is that's a real transition for us because everybody pitches in. The girls clean up, we clean up, she's clean. So it's just a house of just really work. It wasn't hard. Nothing about this transition has been hard.
Right.
And sometimes you just you be feeling like you waiting on something to fall, something to drop. It wasn't that, and now I don't expect it. I expect it to continue to be exactly what it has been because, truthfully, between me and her and how we operate, we've already set the expectation.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if I ain't clean,
like they see us clean, and so it was like, hey, you know, I think we do a lot of leading by example, and then we talk a lot to our children. That's the kind of father he is anyway, and that's kind of mom I am. Like, we literally have conversations with our children, and even if they get in trouble, we talking about it.
We have these right here.
We do.
We have a moment in the house that me and her talked about. It's like, hey, listen, we're going to have what we call a round table discussion. This is the moment that is anything going on, anything you feel, something that you don't like about how we may have done something, said something. This is the moment we can talk where you don't get in trouble. Right. You know what I mean? Because I want this household and this family to feel like they have a voice.
Yeah.
And you ain't just, you know, respect is always the number one rule. However, you know, we still are family, and we're family as grown. Right. Now it's funny between me and her. Now we do have things that when it comes to like keeping the house clean, that we'll do it, but we don't like do it. Like for her, she don't like laundry
at all.
I like laundry because I can multitask. Like I'll be watching the game, the laundry's all in there, I'm eating chips, doing whatever I need to do, then flip out, and then you put them in the dryer, and then that get done. You throw the next load in, and I'm conscious that she don't like it, but I don't like cleaning no bathroom.
And I'm clean.
I don't touch that bathroom. You know what I mean? But I have to.
That's just balance. Cause she never
is mine?
She never liked vacuuming.
No,
really,
I can't stand.
We both like to vacuum so much.
Look, I ain't got no carpet, but you know, I had to vacuum out. I'm just going around. You know.
I cannot stand.
Now that's something me and her both got.
We gotta stop because
we do it every day, probably like 2 or 3
I
times
laugh
a day.
because I like to vacuum. Well, I don't like carpet, but if I got carpet, I'm gonna vacuum obsessively. But then he'll vacuum, and I'd be like, I just did it like a couple hours ago.
It's like it's the
He's
last
like, okay,
thing I do every
I'll
night.
get it. Sure.
See them lines.
I'd have breakdown.
Yeah, that's really that's what it is.
Oh yeah, that's what I did. I was like, I see too many feet print. I need a vacuum.
It's like
I
it's like that
had a little
good grade.
breakdown with y'all and all that vacuum.
I can't help it.
I don't know if my mama caught me off guard with the cord one day or what, but I don't do vacuums.
Hey, I remember that vacuum cleaner with that attachment.
When we moved in here, I got a cordless little cordless one.
Facts.
And I'll use that. So I don't know what it is. I think my mama caught me with that cord one day.
Okay, what's his that he don't like? What he don't like to do?
Okay, so I do laundry.
Okay.
Because I like to do it, fold it, and put it away. If he does laundry, I have to get it out of the dryer to continue the process.
Don't you laughing?
And it throws me off because
You know why I'm laughing?
Because it's
a process. Right, it's a process.
Well,
and if he throws a kink in my process, then I got to wait until I get ready to do laundry.
And I will say there had been a shift throughout the years because in the beginning, because I always worked rotating shifts, so I was off during the week, so I'd end up doing a lot of stuff. But I'm just used to my pace. It's like, hey, I'm going to put it in the washer. I'm going to run to the stove. I'm going to come back. I'm going to get out the dry. And I'm going to sit there and fold them later on. That's just my pace. You know what I'm saying?
That his pace.
Go ahead and spread the shirts out so they don't get too wrinkled.
Because I don't iron.
She don't iron.
we don't either. Unless I have.
Yes,
Exactly.
have to iron. Yes,
and
yes.
even then, like it's a process to decide.
I could tell my mama that in '85.
No, I couldn't either. That's why I don't
couldn't
like
tell her
to
that. So that's
what the dryer's for.
Exactly.
Them wrinkles out.
Exactly. And if you get a washcloth and dampen it to throw in the dryer with the stuff, it creates steam.
Yes, sir.
So
exactly.
I hate to iron, so that's one of. But that's the thing with him is, so the boy, the oldest, when he was a baby, I'm sitting there holding him, and he starts to whimper, and I said, "You get a bottle," and he said, "Yeah." We're sitting on the couch holding the baby, and he said, "Yeah." Getting louder, and I said, "Can you go get the bottle for the baby?" "Yeah, I'm gonna get it." Sat there, and so finally I said, "Do I need to get it?" He got up and he got the bottle. So later on, I said, "What was that? I wasn't asking you to do something for me. I'm asking you to get your son a bottle."
Right.
He looked at me and said, "When I was little, and my mom and daddy told me to do something, I had to do it right then. But I'm grown now."
So you want to do it right then and the baby crying?
So that's our like.
I need
that's
two.
funny.
I need 1 to 2 commands.
Yeah,
I need
right.
1 to 2 questions. You know, it's like because back
You gotta
then I just had to
process
do it.
it. You had to do it
Yeah,
instantly.
you did. Like, you ain't moved quick enough.
The brakes beat off. of me.
Right.
I'm a grown man now.
He said, you know,
I
I'm gonna
need a
take my
little
time with it.
And gonna get jumped on in the process.
Right. He gonna do it. He ready.
But that's
Oh,
the type of
man.
stuff
It
that we
hadn't
deal
always been
with.
that
He's
way.
not as time conscious as I am. So
Hey,
we
look,
get
man,
ready to go somewhere.
We all got our thing because I used to get in trouble for being so literal. So
Yeah, you are.
that's the part
Okay.
that now if that's something that aggravates her about me,
Yeah.
that part. And I use this example because this is the example that got me in trouble even as a kid. If my mom would say something to me like, "Get up the trash," I did it. And then she would say something to me like, "Well, why you didn't take the trash out? You didn't tell me to take the trash out." You know,
For real.
for me, everybody think it's a joke. Like they laughing and my mom getting upset. I'm like, you
that's
didn't
not what you
say take the trash out. You said get the trash out.
Right.
And so,
right.
she'd get mad at me and it's like, I'm going to work. I want you to put the clothes in the washing machine and then put the clothes in the dryer. Okay. So when she get home, the clothes are in the washing machine and then they put it in the dryer. And then she says, "Well, Harrison, why you didn't turn it on?" Well, you told me to put the clothes
In
in the dryer.
I used to think he was joking about it, and he did. I can't remember what she did, and I was
She
like,
would ask me to do
"Wow,
certain. She would ask me to do certain things.
for real."
Or it'll be something as simple as, "Hey, babe, would you mind?" I'll just use this as an example. Like, "Hey, babe, would you mind taking the juices out because I'm gonna put them in the bottom of the pantry?"
Or something. You
Something
did
simple like
something,
that.
and I was like,
And it can
"Oh
be just
my
as simple
god!"
like I took them out the bag and I left them on the counter. It's like, well, babe, why you put them in the pantry?
Because you said.
You said that you were gonna do. So for me, and I'm getting better at it. I'm a lot better now because I didn't like to assume that's what people meant. If you say
Gotcha.
that's what it was,
Yeah,
that was
you
it.
don't assume.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't go past B. You know, we were right here at A, and I've gotten better now.
But pause. So
used
what's
to be
so funny about that is because I don't assume, but I guess I was reading more. So like we had a disagreement, and I go like farther to what I thought he was thinking. He was like, hold up. You know I'm a literalist, right?
Yeah.
So if I said A, that's
it.
all I meant
That's
was
it.
just A.
Yeah.
You don't went to B, C, D, E, F. It was just A. And I'm like, are you sure? He was like, I promise you.
Because I compartmentalize everything. I've never put anything in my life in like something because that's how I've learned how to control my emotions and how to deal with anything that you. You know, you have a hard day at work, but work was work.
Yeah.
When I get home, that ain't got nothing to do with them.
it's
Right.
done.
So I got to leave that there, and now my
Yeah.
attitude now is toward the family. So I'm cool.
Yeah.
Even if that means I got to decompress for a half a second, I'm cool. I
Right.
promise it ain't
Right.
got nothing to do with the rest of the day. And sometimes she be like, "You okay?" Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
And in her mind, she like something has troubled him for the day. But for me, it's just like, nah, I'm just closing that door of what happened that day, so I can adjust
Yeah.
to everybody.
And that's what it is. It's
Yeah.
like, it happened.
Mm-hmm.
You're on the way home, you're thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you pull up, it's like, okay, and she don't pay, I probably pay attention, but sometimes when I pull up, and I just park and I just sit there for a minute. Because I'm trying to get all that out so I don't break it home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
That's smart.
And it's not, always something big.
Yeah.
But I maybe have started thinking about something that I need to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, let me get my mind right. All right, I done work 12 hours, but I need to cut the grass.
Right.
Because I don't want to do it on my off day.
Listen.
Facts.
So,
You
it's
want
like,
your off day to
let me
be
get in my
off
mind,
day,
all right, I
right.
need to get gas, I need to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that, and I plan everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I am. It took her a while to understand that. She's like, yes.
That's me.
I sit there
I
and plan
plan
everything in
stuff.
my
Yeah.
head.
Yeah.
And then when we get ready to go somewhere, I'm planning the route. Shoot, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna take this turn. I'm gonna go Bobby Jones instead of I-20. You know what I'm saying? That's how I am.
Yeah.
Like, just take us there.
Yeah.
Right. That's what GPS does too.
I'm the GPS guy.
Yeah. I'm planning. Like, I'm planning my day before I get started. It's like I have to just think through it all. I just, yeah.
I'm a little bit like that, but not quite. He has me beat with some of some of his
Really?
stuff. Yeah, he's. So, any more kids?
No.
Oh, no.
That was fast. You wasn't expecting that. You was quick on the draw.
Ooh, boy, that thing came out.
Cut the camera.
That thing came out quick, boy.
No.
Sound like Pops.
Just making
No.
That was quick.
Man, I throw that thing out in the street.
You know what? You so stupid. Whatever.
Oh, I'm
No.
just wondering if I had
Oh.
to get in auntie mode.
Oh, we got
Honorary, we gotta know.
We
Okay.
got
Together we have
Sure.
5.
Right.
And the twins are the youngest. They just turned 9.
Who's gonna start though?
Oh, wow.
I
Hey, I feel you.
I feel you.
I just wanted to throw that out.
You talking about sitting in the truck? Boy, I be sitting outside all night long.
Right.
We looking at that
We
window
be
like,
sitting out. Look, we be taking turns.
We just got to the point where we can leave them at home.
Right.
And we be like, what?
Isn't that
We
the best
gone?
thing? Yeah.
They okay? Yes.
My niece, she was when they've been married. They've been on our show before, and her daddy was like, "They ready to have kids yet?" Nah, they working on it. Her daddy said, "But she better hurry up, cause once you pass 30 years old, you ain't had no kids. Your eggs, they a little touched. They come out a little touched."
Hey, you know, I've heard that too though.
You know what?
That's funny. I heard
Not
that.
trying to be funny, man.
People say that.
Ooh,
You know they say that. You know
I'm
that.
gonna say it the nice way. It'd be something wrong, but boy, they be super smart.
Yeah,
It'd be a little something to it,
Yeah,
all right.
a
But
little
boy, they be something.
That little touch.
That's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
youngest, oldest, smartest sperm you ever seen in your
Yes,
entire
sir.
life.
Yes,
You
sir.
so silly.
My dad says, he said, you know, the kids will be outside playing. They might run up the street. He might be a little behind them, but he coming.
Right.
He coming. He just take a little more
Take
time.
his time.
That be that cousin. They don't never want to play no sports or nothing, but they'll sit around and watch it.
Yeah, they sit down and watch everybody, yeah.
You know, everybody else out playing ball. They want to go start a garden and be on the porch knitting, figuring out how to cook something, studying or something. Why you don't get your grandma self out here to help us?
No,
I'm okay.
I like sleeping all
I'd
night.
rather sit inside.
My kids, they are independent. We can
Yeah.
sleep out. They go to bed. You know.
Now, what's the age ranges of the children?
The oldest two are
Yeah.
12.
Okay.
So his daughter
Is
It's the same age my daughter, my oldest. So
It's
she's
about
a
12,
couple.
okay.
Yeah.
Just a few months.
So it worked great. Yeah.
So we got 2 finna be 13.
Oh,
and
a
one just turned
10-year-old.
10.
And then the twins just turned 9.
9-year-olds, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you think we're gonna start over in our late 30s? This is the thing me and her always laugh about when we talk about it, because we kind of entertained the idea for a second.
Mm-hmm.
But my whole thing was, I was like, hey, you know, if we start over now, we're gonna be like in our 60s. You know what I mean? Like with a kid around, like. But if we stay the course, we're gonna be done in our 40s. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
we good to go. Like,
Yes.
I don't know about her.
Look.
I don't know about her, but I'm already in my head like they 9.
No, I'm
That's
in my head.
9 more
I'm
years.
gonna be
You know what I mean?
outside.
Like,
Right.
it's not
Like Cat say, shimmer down by $100.
bro.
Look here, because we get ready to go.
Yeah, out.
We
Hey,
go.
we going such and such.
How long have y'all been empty nesters?
So
we not empty
semi.
nesters.
They're
But you know, but they adults, so.
But you know,
You ain't got to cater.
they ain't got to worry about
right.
what y'all
Well,
gonna eat. They
right.
ain't
I
got to
don't
worry
even
about what
worry about
we going to.
food or anything like that with them.
Like last week, we went to Myrtle Beach for a birthday.
Bet.
Left Monday, came back Friday.
Sweet.
We just told them, hey, we're going. Y'all hold the fort down.
Right.
Leave that porch light on and all this stuff. And
So
That's a good feeling, ain't it?
yeah, it is.
absolutely, we have our 2 birth children. We have 2 adopted kids.
Okay.
The 2 adopted kids, our first adopted child had a baby, wasn't ready, so we adopted her baby. Her baby just turned 13. We had her until she was 8.
Yep.
So about 4.5, 5 years ago, she said, "Mama, I think I'm ready." And I said, "Yes, baby, you are. As am I." And so,
And I asked him that.
so since then, that was like, because that was, like you said, we weren't expecting. My whole thing was at 45 and 46, we're gonna be free.
Yep.
Right.
And so when we had the baby, I'm like, this is unexpected. This was not, And so that was an adjustment. Yeah, I went to the baby store
And about lost
stood
it.
and turned right back around
Listen.
and walked out because, like, our babies made it without all this extra stuff.
They got so much
That's
stuff.
so much stuff.
Yeah, I couldn't do that again.
Right.
Ooh, no.
Right. And so.
And the thought of Pampers again.
That
Right. Right.
And feeding.
Hey,
Right. And I got to pack
Right.
the car with all this stuff just to go somewhere.
If nothing else scared me. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah.
And Pampers are like
Right.
$20 a bag.
Right.
Yeah.
And what I'm not going to do
Right.
is cloth diapers.
Oh, gosh.
No.
No.
So.
And formula costs so much.
Right.
Oh, my God.
So we moved in here in 2019, and we had a dog, our Milo. He was 16, and we had to put him down. And so that was in what 2021.
Yeah.
We put him down. So I go back and forth with wanting another dog,
Oh.
but then I think of the responsibility.
Yeah, like a kid.
So
Yeah,
I don't
we do
even
have-
want another
we do have
kid.
dogs
You know what I'm
that's out
saying?
there.
Right. But you
Yeah,
want like
that's
an in-house
that's
dog.
her.
And
That's
somebody
our
run
dog.
like-
Yeah, that's a whole nother person
So,
almost.
so I feel you. I understand. I don't even want to take care of another pet. So
Yeah.
When it's time to go.
Before we move on. Say that one more time. What a dog is?
No, sweetie. No, hold on.
Okay. And you said how much responsibility to keep it
I already
in?
know.
Oh,
We
okay.
ain't gonna have one in the house. I mean, gonna start because it'll be little, but then you'll go outside.
Now, this is
I
one thing I can say. If you find one that's already trained and housebroken, it is a joy. Because, like, I miss, just him
I
being
do.
at the feet. Like, we sit up there eating, he'll just be sitting there watching and looking up, waiting on you to drop something. I do miss him. But, I mean, that dog started outside.
and that's
Yeah, it was
my
there
daughter's.
outside.
They started
Visit
outside. when God made animals,
You know what?
I'm
made them
done.
to
I'm
be
done.
I'm split on that one. I am because it is. But y'all got kids right now,
Right, and they
so
want a
I
dog.
mean, adding responsibility is one thing. See, for us, it would be like the whole baby. He said they got each other.
Man.
They came together. It's okay.
Hey, dog. You want to be right or you want to be happy? Stole that from Dr. Phil.
No. All jokes aside, you are absolutely right. But in this one, I want to be right because this
You know what?
This is what happened with dogs. That see with kids, man. This is the thing. Everybody loves it. The idea is just great. Oh, I gotta have a house dog. And then when they start pooping and they got to train them and you got to walk them when it's raining, when it's cold, you got to take them. See, that's the part that the kids don't never be understand. It all sounds
Yeah.
all
I
just,
agree.
that thing just floating in the sky and just, that dog gonna sit on that cloud. And just, but see, then when they chewing up your shoes, messing up your homework.
I'm glad you said that
stepping in
because
stuff, you know?
I have to have reminders.
Why you?
I do. I do.
It's-
When we're around people that have pets, and I sit there and I pet the dog, and I'm saying I don't need responsibility. I have to remind myself because I do.
But now
like
I
my
will
freedom.
say with Milo, he was Pomeranian. It's not small.
Such a good dog.
It wasn't a whole lot of tearing up. It wasn't a whole lot of. There was a few little things that he got a hold to that he would mess around with, and it was usually the kid stuff. So
And he was trained when we got him.
yeah,
That's
And
awesome.
so we'd say, Milo, go
Fine
night
like
night. And
He just go.
he'd go in.
Yeah.
That's
now,
awesome.
when he
Pomeranians
just
are
like
smart.
kids, when he got to a certain age, you say Milo go night night, and he look at you,
Yeah.
and you have to tap the thing, and he look at you and go in there with an attitude. But
yeah,
and then as he got older, we didn't use it that much.
yeah. Because it got to the point now I would let him out, open the door, you go out, and he be sitting at the door.
Just chilling.
Sometimes
Yeah.
we forget about it.
Oh my God. Oh my
So
God.
there's this bargain.
Well, you might have to edit that.
But he gone
Oh,
now,
my
so I mean, he gone now. R.I.P.
They
Milo.
gonna be like, that's why he got out of here.
We're coming to get him.
They left him at the
Yep,
door.
yep.
Oh my God.
That was true.
So, what has been something that's been like you didn't think about, or it's been shocking? Has there been anything that y'all have been like, oh, we didn't think about that?
I'm thinking.
I'm thinking too.
Okay. It hasn't been a problem, but I think the unspoken thing that me and her may have had in the back of our head is how we gonna parent with them other parents, how that process may go. You know what I mean? Because you don't ever really know.
Right.
It can be cool right now,
Right?
but things could change, or maybe it's growing into an understanding with the other parent, because and thank God we like I said, man, we have very respectable kids. We have been very fortunate in that, but you don't ever know if a parent saying, well, I'm your dad, I'm your mama. You do what I tell you to do.
That.
And for a child that can, you come back home, that that can, but we got lucky because especially with the girls that we have, they love all of us. Their biological and their I'm gonna say the way you said, bonus parent. Bonus parent. And I will give her credit for this. She doesn't speak bad of her ex-husband.
Right.
I don't speak bad of my ex-wife. Whatever idea or thought that is formed, it is 100% their own.
Right.
So it doesn't feel like
being influenced a certain way.
So I would say that's probably like the only thing that we've never said it out loud, but I'm sure we both were kind of concerned about. Just kind of wondering, if we're gonna have to do some kind of adjustment here and there. But we haven't had anything.
That's great.
I think us coming back together this second time around, and having gone through some things in life and gone through a marriage before, we have avoided, and we have also talked about a lot of things up front, so that it ain't been nothing that we have to worry about that may pop up. Because I met her in a place where it was an open book. I caught her in the midst of a real storm. Right. So it was an open book already. Right. It was just already an open book. So, and for me, I was actually able to, what's those guys called that be in the towers for people that fly planes.
The air control,
traffic control. I was able to be traffic control for her plane.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you're air control for the pilot, the pilot is still in control of what's going on because they are the one in the storm. We can only see what's going on from a distance and what's to come.
Exactly.
So we learn to build a bond of trust because you got to be able to trust what I'm telling you that you're in.
Right.
So
exactly.
While doing so, it built us together. Because one of the things, and we were just talking about this in the gym this morning when we was there. One of the things people run into is when we went at the gym, we was walking out of Sam's, and she said it jokingly. Sam's early.
I love Sam's.
She said it jokingly, but she said that's why I love you, because she said because you're gonna always try to look out for me. She said I'm glad I'm able to trust your judgment. And even though she said that, and it was just one of those joking moments, that's a real thing because one of the biggest problems that people have in relationships is we all have the ideas of what we want, but then being able to say, I gotta be able to trust you with how we gonna get there. You know what I mean?
Right. That's real.
And she gives me the opportunity to, it don't always just work out just like I want it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I do also know that wherever I may lack, she is very strong on making sure that she's gonna cover me. And then the areas where I don't see, she gonna definitely speak up for me, and vice versa. Now she's a little more outspoken. I know I'm doing a lot of
You
talking
think
today. when it comes to like checking a situation, and really speaking on it, that's her. Now I'm more of like when it's so like, like, babe, come on, let's talk about this now. This is, I get exactly what you're saying. This is how we should. Yeah. But if she see it and it ain't sitting right in her spirit and something going off and she feel like they trying to do something the wrong way, no matter what the situation is.
Oh yeah.
She turned into a real lioness and standing right there. Yeah. And I tell all the time something that me and her dad always talk about. I say, you just like the queen on a chessboard. You're always, you're always moving around, protecting all of us. Yeah. And I like that.
Oh,
so.
It's funny.
That's fantastic. Yeah.
He's so sweet.
Sometimes.
Oh.
Sometimes.
It's so sweet.
So when you said that you helped her out of the storm,
yes.
So now was that your divorce was kind of like at the end?
Yes.
Or you just got out of it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Well, and not to try to give that so much credit, but it was a lot of things because you went from being a stay-at-home mom to
having to get back into the workforce, all of that.
Like, you got to get your own car, you got to get your own apartment, you got to get your own job. I mean, you do like a lot of things
at one time that I hadn't had to do.
Plus school.
And I was in school full time. Yeah. So and then so as I told you, so I have 4 biological children, and my son, because you have one boy out of all these girls.
That's us.
Yeah, he's the youngest. Okay, and so he's deaf, and we just learned he's autistic and with ADHD. Right. So having to navigate all of that's what I because I started my teaching career, and then went into my second pregnancy. I became a stay-at-home mom. And then shortly after that, then I was pregnant with the twins. And so I was like, okay, I just got to stay home for a minute to get myself together. And then learning that he was deaf from birth. So it's like, okay, now I'm thrown into this world. I have probably like 10% of anything information. So I'm trying to learn. No time for emotions or anything. So I'm trying to make decisions because it's going to help his life. And so I jumped back into school. I jumped out of a master's program, jumped back into another bachelor's program to start interpreting. So that's how I got into interpreting. And so trying to do this on this fast pace. Then I have 3 other kids who you can't put all your attention on one child, so you're trying to spread it around. And then out of the state, away from family and friends, with that divorce, and then coming back into the state, trying to learn the laws here, trying to get my son set up, trying to do everything at one time, and I'm like, where to begin? Right, completely overwhelmed, And when I tell you, like he said earlier, that friendship meant everything to me. Yes. Oh my gosh, and him being a safe place to land, because Lord have mercy, I was a basket case. So it was. But you know what, though? Even though I was a basket case, because I'm the queen of putting up a wall. You hear me? I can detach myself so quick. Oh, my gosh. But he never, I think because the relationship that we've already had with each other and me knowing it was easy for me to be vulnerable. Even in those spaces with him and trust him to he got it. I always tell him, he can see a part of me that I can't see in myself. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the things that I love about him the most, because I'm like, wow, I never would have thought that. You always I can be having the worst moment, and he always makes me see, okay, hold up, stand back, look at the big picture. And I'm like, okay, cool, I got it, I hear you, I see it, gotcha. You know what I'm saying? And it's just been such a blessing. So, like I said, he didn't fix anything, and I didn't want him to fix anything. I went through all the emotions, had to feel it all, had to do it all, but being such a great space and a safe place for me and my kids and my landing spot. You know what I'm saying? That has been the best thing for me.
And that's the thing that, as a man, you want to provide. We know you're going to have a hard time. He knew that was tumultuous for you. He knew you was going through the storm. He just wanted you. He knew you was going to hit that wall, but he wanted to absorb some of that hit, so he got in the way. And that's what we try to do, on a consistent basis. That's why it's like fix. But having him to talk to, having him to let all that stuff out, let all that frustration out. I'm sure that helped you tremendously, because just you saying it. I'm like, God, dog, she would do all that and the dang divorce.
Let me tell you,
And this Negro want to talk about. I don't want this to work no more. This ain't working for me.
Right.
You gonna leave me? What?
What was crazy was to see her do all that and then got to get up and stand in front of a few hundred people.
Yes, and
give God praise,
give God
and lead them
glory.
in praise and worship. But I just got the phone with you. You was crying
Yeah,
your eyes out
yeah.
to finish that, get back in the car and cry.
And
all
cry
night. You know what I'm
again.
saying? So like sometimes people don't understand like
Yep.
what you have to go through, man. But I say this with a lot of comfort, man. Every single one of us need air control.
Oh, yeah.
We need air control because sometimes you don't need people to fix it.
Right.
Right.
We just need somebody to see what we don't see. Just
right,
what's
right.
laying.
That ear, you need
Yeah.
that person you call and say, look, this is what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And to get that extra thought, viewpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Because, and we've been that for each other because it'd be sometimes I just be like, man, I don't know what to do about this situation. Even if it's a friend,
Mm-hmm.
And I'll talk to her and be like, look, buddy said this, he going through that. What you think about this? Because I always I don't want to give advice that ain't going to help.
Right.
I just want to give you the best advice. But you got some of them people, boy, they'll drain you.
Right.
Ooh.
Call you all the time with the dumbest stuff. Be like, you ain't figured that out yet? Okay. Yeah, y'all got a great foundation.
Thank you.
That.
I appreciate
That's
it.
fantastic.
I was messing with her because we be talking, and like you said earlier, we have our girl talk. And I told her one day, I said, you really like your husband. And that's important.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
I was like, I could tell you like him. I could tell because when she talk about you guys, I was like, y'all are friends.
right.
That is important.
It definitely is.
It bothers me. Like, you see the little T-shirts with the little sayings about my wife, whatever.
Yeah.
Or people will make comments. I can't stand when people lead with, we have our ups and downs. Why would you lead with that?
Yes.
I
I don't understand.
I
didn't want to know that. You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
gotta tell me y'all
Right. Instead of just saying
that's-
happy anniversary, I'm like,
Right.
you can be my biggest headache sometimes.
Right. Why would you say that to
Right,
me?
right.
So those types of
Yeah.
things, that irks me.
Me too.
And I
Me
feel
too.
like if I get to the point where I'm literally saying that the person I have chose to be with is my biggest headache sometimes,
Yeah.
that I might need to reevaluate this whole situation.
Absolutely.
Because at no point should he ever be. That's not saying that we won't have conflict. That's not
Right.
saying we won't disagree. But at the end of the day, whatever it is, we should be able to put aside.
Right.
And there should be comfort
Mm-hmm.
at all times.
Right.
You should be
And that's
comfort
one of
for
the
me.
things that we promote is like over love. Because you have to like that person.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Right.
That's
you
real.
you love people.
Yeah,
but
right.
You
You
don't
don't
hear all
like-
that
you
You
mess.
don't want to see him. You don't want to
gotta
see him
like
every
him.
day.
Listen.
But
Yeah,
like
you know what
is
I'm
what
Yeah.
makes it easy to day by day, and when things come at you, when the bad stuff, the negative stuff. And I know with men, y'all are fixers. Y'all are holding things in. So for you to have somewhere to be comfortable enough to be vulnerable and
Right.
to let the walls down.
Right.
That takes somebody that you like and that you don't have to worry about that person holding it against you and
Right.
bringing them. Well, you know that you don't do well with. You don't need somebody to bring those
Absolutely.
things up.
Yeah,
You need
yeah,
someone
yeah.
who you trust and you feel comfortable with. So that's one thing that you're okay. You're okay.
I believe that.
He's okay.
Yeah, I believe that.
He's okay.
Yeah, this ain't for the cameras. I can tell.
Like, for real.
I like each other.
Like I said, you like your husband, and I like that. I like when I meet people who are married that like you genuinely like your spouse.
It was hard for me because I work in a paper mill. I work, and I just hear guys complain about some of the silliest stuff, and I'm like, dude, all she did, she want me to get off work. I done worked 12 hours and stop by the store. I'm tired. Just stop by the damn store. I mean, that's,
Right.
that's in my mind.
Because if you wouldn't marry, you need to go by the store. What you gonna do?
You were gonna stop. You gonna stop by the store anyway.
She'll tell you. I'm texting her when I leave work.
What you need?
Anything?
Right. Yeah, we do that.
Right.
We do that.
I mean, it's refreshing to like I know for us, we had couples that we had, we just connected with. And they were our guy. They had been married for longer. You know, somebody to talk to say, hey, man, well, she got on my nerves with this one. And that person that's going to say, all right, but you was wrong on that, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It helped us to have that, you know what I'm saying? And it is just refreshing to see. Because, you know, if you go by social media, ain't nobody together no more. Black people don't stay together. Black couples are not functioning.
Black couples don't exist.
Exactly.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? And it's just, you know, and I'm like, that's the foundation of this podcast. I'm like, that's not true.
Right.
I see black people all the time that been together for years and been happy and been functioning. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's just, you know, it helps to have those connections. So we offer that to you guys.
Oh, thank you.
Not just here for the podcast, but, you know, call us and be like,
He's
look,
okay.
He's
you
okay.
know, get on my nerves. Look,
I like him. I like him.
there's always that Negro or Negress getting on my nerves.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right. It is. It's
You might
there.
not know how to handle that. You know,
Right.
you're like, look, okay, come talk to me. Let's talk about this thing.
That's wonderful.
I appreciate
We
that.
appreciate
I appreciate
that.
that.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you need that, man.
Yeah,
You do.
You
yeah.
really
Oh,
need
yeah.
that. And, you know, one of the things I told her, I guess can be kind of like a sour moment in my life was, I always tell her, like, man, I envy how, like, when you were going through your divorce, you still had someone to talk to. You know, someone that was still able to just talk to you and just tell you, this gonna be okay. I know it sucks right now. This is what gonna probably happen next. This gonna probably take place.
Yep.
But you gonna make it through. Because sometimes people look at you and just assume that because you look like you all right,
Right.
that you was all right.
Exactly.
But they don't know what you had to fix your face of to
Oh, yeah.
come and deal with
Right.
the other
Yeah.
things of life.
Mhm.
So, you know, I appreciate that olive branch, man, because, you know, I don't need it right now.
Oh, yeah.
But, man, when I say
It's gonna
thank
come.
God that it's there, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
right.
you need that. Like,
Yeah,
everybody
it's gonna
needs
come.
it.
And sometimes just, you know, it helps to have somebody just listen to you. You know what I'm saying? A brother that's just like, yeah, okay, all right, what time you going home? You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? It
You know, instead of
helps
somebody
too.
saying, man, come on out here with me. Got
Right.
these girls over
No,
here.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Exactly.
Ain't
Yeah, you know.
Exactly.
It helps too in positive moments because, like I said, you know, there's a balance between talking about him to people and then not saying too much because then people like you lying, you lying. There has to be something wrong. You
But it
just
be
making
hating
it
real
up.
fast.
Oh, yeah.
Real fast.
And so to have people that you can be comfortable around and talk about the good stuff without feeling like somebody is questioning it or whatnot. So that's another component.
And
It's just
sometimes you have to pull back around certain people because you know that they stuff is a mess.
Listen.
And you don't be want to tell them all the good stuff because you be like,
We struggle right now. We struggle right now with just talking to people about things.
yeah.
We are very similar in that when it comes to our business is our business.
We mean that.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
really
yeah.
mean
We
Yeah.
really mean that.
Really,
Yeah.
Exactly.
really
and that was one thing too with us. We were so young that we did need guidance and we needed that mentorship, but at the same time, okay, now this is what he said to you, this is what she said to me. Now what are we gonna do about it
Yeah.
together?
Mhm.
Because
Right.
we're young,
Exactly.
we need guidance, but we're still adults and we have to make the decisions and do what works for us,
Right.
for our marriage.
Right.
And that was something I think that we struggled with in the beginning, and we had to learn and we had to get comfortable making
Yes,
those
yes.
decisions ourselves and dealing with the consequences. Because sometimes them people was right, and we
Yeah,
probably should have
sometimes,
listened to them,
Yeah, sometimes they were right.
but we was wrong. So we did what we was gonna do.
Right.
And we had to deal with those consequences because sometimes those same people come back and say, "I told you so,"
Yeah.
You're right.
and so you have to, learn
And
how to
also,
deal with that too.
And also too, when the good stuff happens, like, you know, if you call, you know, you got some people in your life, you be like, girl, we just put down such and such, we get ready to get a house. Must be nice, you know what I'm saying?
You have those people. Y'all
You know,
get
you
a
got
house.
and they in your family, you know
Your
what I'm
little
saying?
house.
So it's like you want to call
gotta
somebody,
do
be
a
like,
little
oh
call.
shoot,
Right.
y'all get in the house. Well, check this out. Go to such and such. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You want
Yeah.
that kind of
Right.
conversation.
Right, you
Right.
do. You do.
Yeah.
Like for real. Cause
I'm about to learn how to do that.
what?
Because she be like, you don't say nothing about nothing.
Nothing. I mean,
I am so even kid. If we were buying a house,
no
the only reason why
way.
everybody knew about it because she might have said
He is not
to
telling no
one
lie.
friend, I don't say nothing about
Yeah.
because of everything you just said.
Yeah.
Truthfully,
And
that's right.
likewise, because like the last few moves we've made, like I said, my coworkers, I work with them. I didn't tell them nothing what was going on because the one thing I hate to do is say something and then it fall through and then man, you got to hear all the
Yep.
well, how's the house going on?
Yep.
I'd rather tell you, yeah, we moved.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We still got people right now mad at me because they didn't know we were getting married.
Yeah.
Right
Oh,
now,
man.
they are
Wow.
still mad.
It's still hot.
I had a whole wedding and nobody knew about it.
You know what?
Yo, he's not lying.
Balance.
With a straight face.
You gotta have balance.
He was
You gotta have a little bit of balance here. You gotta have a little bit of balance.
Oh, I need to work on that.
Yes, a little bit of balance.
No,
Okay.
so let me just tell
a couple
when
few
he
people.
started telling people that
You
we
having
were
life-changing
getting
events
married,
now, folks.
it was
You
like
know.
2 weeks before the wedding, and I'm
Right.
like, he was like, oh, can you send this person an
You know
invitation?
what?
I was like, do you know it's in 2 weeks? So that what if they got something planned?
But
They
in
might just
that
have
same
it
token,
I was
I
like,
feel you on
Lord.
that because it's like, man, you got life going on.
But everybody ain't happy.
People ain't that interested
Yeah,
in you.
that's
Yeah,
the thing.
exactly.
So
Right.
my thing was, I'm trying to protect me. I'm trying to protect
Right,
us.
right.
And if you coming, now I don't do this much, but if you coming here, you're gonna be respectful and you're gonna be the loving part
Yeah,
of it.
exactly.
If you coming here with anything
Any foolishness,
that's different,
Yes.
out the door you go.
oh, there's another side of me that I
That's
don't
right,
like to
that's
bring
right,
out
yeah.
because see now. I'm that old school Taurus. Now, if you in here, we in here.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna let nothing else bother you. I promise you that. But now if you come in here just to be a snake,
Yeah.
oh, you gonna hate you came in out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
yeah.
bite you like that hippo do them little alligators.
It's coming out.
I'm talking about it's coming.
You coming out with some wounds.
Yeah. Because
yeah.
see what you showed me was that you intended on coming in
Right.
here to interrupt what we're trying to
Right.
build.
Right.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
if you're gonna be that kind of person, you got to be willing to deal with what I'm gonna do because
Right.
you did that.
Yeah.
So
Right.
the best way to avoid that
we
was
Just leave them
I
out.
was just like, you know what? I don't even know if they are like that, but the
Yeah.
ones that you are sure about, you put them on the list,
Mm.
and I give you a few names here and there.
Yeah.
Because for a minute, that I couldn't really think of hauling nobody.
We was gonna keep it small, right? We wanted it small. We said 50 people. We really
I know
wanted
what
it
you mean.
small. I said, "Where your people?" He said, "I got 3."
I wasn't lying.
I
See, this is that
He
literal
held-
part that I be
He
really
held.
Yeah.
3. I was like, Harrison,
know
you
what
gotta
you're
get some people. Like, what are you doing? I mean, can't be some 50
Because it's people that
I was like, oh,
it's
Lord.
people that as a man, it's
My
people
circle is
that
small,
you fool
too, so.
with,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm sure you
My
know,
circle is
you
triangle.
know,
Not
you got some
triangle.
brothers that you know, just talking to him.
Yeah.
He can't come to the
No,
house.
you can't come.
He can't come to the house because he gonna be looking at my wife behind, and I'm
Ooh.
gonna catch him. I'm gonna have to hurt him. So let me keep this brother away. Man, I know him. Now we cool as associates.
there.
We cool out there.
Yeah.
You can't come here. That's the reality of it.
That's about what we say. How many people know we live?
2, because they helped us move in.
When she when she found out where I found her, she said, "Wow, this is really tough up." I said, "Yeah." She said, "You really don't want people to know." I said, "Yeah."
But it's so funny. But it don't bother me because I'm a people person. But when I'm home, I like my space.
Yeah.
If I'm going to entertain, I got to think about it. I got to put it in process.
And that,
And
I'm the people person.
Yeah.
Very small.
And, you know, but when I'm at the crib,
That's the crib.
I don't want about 1 or 2 people around.
Absolutely.
You know.
Right.
But I'll go with the flow. I'll go with the flow.
Yeah.
If we're gonna have a party, let's have the party.
But if we're gonna have a party, I had to think about
I'd rather
everything a month in
have. I
advance.
would much rather have an intimate gathering like this.
Yes.
It's just 2 couples and we just talking, rather than have 15 people there. And I got to go here. I got to talk to these people. Got to go talk to these people.
Right. Right. That's me. That's me.
True.
Sometimes.
Look, you know, every now and then you have to put a good face on, you know, when you
Gotta
face on the
sometimes.
crowd.
Gotta
You
be
know what
out
I
there.
mean?
He's so friendly and peoply.
You gotta be.
Not people. You know
He's
what?
so
She
peoply.
be missing me to be talking about you happy-go-lucky behind, always smiling.
When she told me she was an
Silver-minded.
introvert, I did not believe it. She for real.
Mm-hmm.
She is so for real.
Absolutely.
I said, "Who? How in the world?" I laughed so hard.
Mm-hmm.
She is a real
Just the
introvert.
simple fact that, because I know when she was telling me about y'all, she was like, we're going to have them. They just got married. They're going to do a podcast. I'm excited. The fact that she wanted to do a podcast, I was like,
Yeah. He came to me and said something about
I
it.
don't want to do this.
And he was
She's like,
shocked
yeah.
when I agreed to it. So when I came and I was talking about you, he was like, "Oh, okay, yeah." But you know, when we're talking,
Mm-hmm.
we're talking. All it takes is one person to walk up, and I shut it down.
She does.
I shut it
And
down.
it'd be so funny because we could just be like Kiki and Ha and 5 seconds ago in my office or here our room. We walk past her in the hallway.
Yep.
But she going to tell you.
You would not even know it.
She going to tell you now. There ain't many people that have been in our circle. When they do come in, now you might have a problem with this. So I'm going to be asking, how my boy Arrison doing? Does it mean anything? You know what
He's
I'm saying?
peoply.
He's people.
You all right?
I appreciate it.
Where they at? We ain't seen them in a while. Where they, you know what I'm saying?
Well, we appreciate that.
My
though.
very first joke is gonna be, you know, I always use Alabama shirt.
You know what?
You
We're
know
not even
what?
gonna go there. We're
And
not
in
even
the
gonna
right
go there.
situation, I would wear it for you,
Yeah.
but not out the house. Not outside. I wear it inside, but not outside.
You just my look, he out there cutting grass. And see, I told you
I told you I got it on. Well, we have had a wonderful, wonderful conversation with these newlyweds, and we're going to have some more conversation later on, and probably invite them back, you know, maybe in 6 months to a year.
That'd be cool.
That would be
That'd
good.
be
I
good.
can
See if y'all
Yeah.
still smiling.
I can dig
Yeah. I like him. I'm keep smiling.
Okay, I believe you. I absolutely believe you because you have been smiling every time he comes up. You
Yep.
smile. So,
It's a good thing.
He been smiling, and when he been talking, she just been staying. Y'all all right with me.
Appreciate it. You
All
guys.
right. Well, and thank you for joining us. And until next time, we will holler at y'all. Thanks for joining us on this episode of the Beyond I Do podcast.
please make sure to like this episode and also subscribe to our podcast. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at the Beyond I Do podcast.
And until next time, we will holler at y'all.